kin, but you snaking. Too much of a friend, yet you stuck through Nathan. Complain too much instigating, too much insinuating. You too much of an agent. Celebrities too, heavenly bodies got you stargazing. Dilated peoples, stark amazement. Top chart chasing, your heart racing. Spellbound, too much dark sayings. Am I saying too much in my paint can graffiti art? Spraying too much to spark in the dark basement. They breaking too much, these mobs operate too much ego, way too much for me, yo. Not with all the fake check-ins. Either you're from the soil or you're not. And if it's not even a half, they've displaced you, engine, replace you, engine, erase you through paper. Genocide, engine, land session agreements, a fake space. View engine, change days to purposely misplace you, engine. Ex-shouting, tax you on your own. Land engine, you a child, not a grown woman, a grown man engine. In fact, you black, you that per se in all caps on them contracts. Legal fiction, non-living show. Damn, engine, how long will you let them debase you, deface you? Engine, no one is coming to save you. A brand new world awaits you, engine. They intend to continue to rape and enslave you. Found you a remix of religion, a graven emissaries at the same station. They played you, engine, the same unseen hand. You just wait, can't slay you, engine. But it's the return of the ancient ones. Let me get that, out the rip that, gift rap, not with rhetoric, shit chat, shit back, go back and forth, on platforms, for an itch or scratch, rich stack for a Kit Kat, or a Big Mac, temporary conshipment, that don't kiss back, shit swag, we here to get our shit back, restoration of what was overthrown, American engines, old organic gold, not provolone, home alone, all foreigners gone, Shafati, shoot, Hebrew, mush, Mason, Morris, cornerstone, fraternal orders of harsh Rome, you know substantial foundation, Florida zone, bottomless pit of broken promises, home through landlines or cordless phones, lines lay lines, aligned with constellations, rocks cry out till the land, till the soil is gone and corn is grown, the war is on. My words wrong. All you different nationalities. Anything it isn't American engine, you need to get the fuck off. We ain't playing this time. You understand exactly what y'all motherfuckers do. I'll teach you up. Indigenous resistance. Warrior spirit. Turtle Island. This is for my peoples. Jah. Too much debating, too much hating, too much faking, too much grand staging, too much handshaking, too much land taking, too much manipulating, too much much you can, but you snaking. Too much of a friend, yeah, you stuck through Nathan. Complain too much instigating, too much insinuating. You too much of an Asian. Celebrities too heavenly bodies got you stargazing. Dilated peoples, stark amazement. Top chart chasing, your heart racing. Spellbound, too much dark sayings. Am I saying too much? Am I paint can graffiti art? Spraying too much to spark in the dark basement day. Breaking too much, these mobs operate through too much ego, way too much for me, yo. Not with all the fake check-ins. Either you're from the soil or you're not. And this ain't even a half. They've displaced you engine, replace you engine, erase you through paper. Genocide engine, last session agreements, a fake space. View engine change, days to purposely misplace you engine. Egg shouting, tax you on your own. Land engine, you a child, not a grown woman, a grown man engine. In fact, you black, you that per se in all cash on them contracts. Legal fiction, non-living show. Damn engine, how long will you let them debase you, deface you? Oh, an engine, no one is coming to save you. A brave new world awaits you, engine. They intend to continue to rape and enslave you down to a remix of religion. A graven image that reset the same station. They played you, engine, the same unseen hand. You just straight can't slay you, engine. But it's the return of the ancient ones. We back. Everything they owe. Hold fast, let me get that. Now with that, gift rap, not with rhetoric. Chit chat, shit back, go back and forth on platforms for an intro scratch. Rich that for a Kit Kat or a Big Mac. Temporary contentment that don't kiss back. Shit swag. We here to get our shit back. Restoration of what was overthrown. American engines, old organic gold, not provolone. Home alone, all foreigners gone. Surefire, shoot, Hebrew, mush, Mason, Morris, cornerstone. Fraternal orders of harsh Rome. You've no substantial foundation, flawless zone. Bottomless pit of broken promises. Home through landlines or portless phones. Lines like ley lines, aligned with constellations. Rocks cry out till the land, till the sword is gone and corn is grown, the war is on. Power is strong. Sure. With all farms off the land. It includes all you corporations, all you different nationalities. Anything that isn't American engine. This time, we understand exactly what y'all motherfuckers did. I'll kick you up.
What's going on?
In my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. Time gon' change, got a bounce up. The oppressor's about to get ousted. I'ma lay him out, execution's down. Too late, but apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of flame, my God, it's overdue. Your time is in the end. Locked out silent without sin. He put me on the better for justice to win. The presence about to get rolled down. With some crystals attached in the war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger popping like Farrakhan. Backed by the honorable who sits at the pinnacle. Who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the political simple. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the pretending service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any kind of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who have the to stand. Oh, and it's too late when the caps get pissed. Don't believe it, GC type. Born hits close to home. You gotta act the bone, but it got the dome. When it's on the zone, all red of my vision through sight. It's killer big kills whenever I fight from above. I'm right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' run them off, so gon' pass the kite. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing we do. It's such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like to be taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump? Gimme. Push. Step. Crush. That's how it all is. Nobody ever stop.
Watch time and space rock the great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart that's I sun ray my art her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock the great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when the run and bass rock. I rose up, took a shower, purified my auric field, took copper for a wall to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some chores for sure, I've more to build. Solid foundation, my crown chakra, pour and heal. Pound the pavement, sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman and child. Rid the land of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of East Path, simple highest form, spiritualities, how you teach math, a humble beach is still a beach. Now feel the beast wrath, rain fire upon them, and the internet forms, sigils, emojis, and the avatars that wore them. Destroy this de facto government and its quarrels, establish Big Mom's house so she may restore him. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, waves the heart as I sun ray my art her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fake, marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock the great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, waves the heart as I sun ray my art her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fake, marks once we make knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. The next host, note to self, quit playing, hit the gas, this shaft is called my turn, take the risk and stats. Most of them got vaccinated, with chips in their hands. Plus, rappers sacrificing each other for grits in their pants. Sad can't watch videos without subliminals. Predictive programming weirdo. Drunk menstrual shows. The land's contaminated fruits and vegetables. Like minerals, the water and skies I fry. New and chemicals, technology. Got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will next spot to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox. Off the chart, I continue to climb, watching the rest flow like carp fishing, 100% fresh salt water. I'm on the front line, ex-Marcia Swat. I shine because of her, for she's the best part. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates this spark. Waves the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates this spark. Waves the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge one is when the and bitch drops. All praises to the Most High. All praise to the great nature.
Yeah, start working out. Get the big as hell.
Respect to our ancestors. Trump.
You have to stop lifting weights again. They get big too quick.
Press your fire starter. Cause of your glow. But the trail I blaze, I pray you turn from it. The hell I've raised, I pray you don't burn from it. The work I put in, I
Delusions, what's up, beloved?
learn from it. The mistakes I've made, I pray that you learn from it. You my splitting image, good dark, a little taller. I'm a shot caller, though you just a little baller. But chief, I'm still teaching you like he had game. My he reaching you just like me, lock and chain. Like you'll speak true, you ignite lots of pain. I feel the releasing of lightning and drops of rain. From the
Yo, Mark, appreciate it, beloved. Mark just dropped a 2.5, man. Excuse the hat, man. I go to sleep with the do-rag on. And I went for my run. I went for a run this morning, and I took my phone out, and for some reason, it just, I don't know. This is at 8:15, whatever, so I got a little bit, but I wanted to get the whole 6-mile run in. And I was only able to get like 10 minutes, and I kept going back, and it kept messing up. I don't know what's going on. So I wanted to, and I didn't take my, so y'all could just, like I did when I ran my marathon. So I just wanted y'all to watch, but this phone's weird, man. It's like 5G. It don't work that way. It's cheap. It's pathetic, you know. I was in there making some ribeye and Spanish white rice with kind of a Japanese fling to it. 7 spice and gray sea salt. All right, I didn't use the Hawaiian. I like that when I'm like cooking for people, like the brothers who come over and meditate and learn some things. They'll let you know that. Well, I'm a chef anyway, so I worked at the Hyatt, the Hilton, you know, the sous chef, and I actually was having right before the fake-demic kicked off. I was having 2 food trucks built, and I had to pull all that money back, and then I bought my son a truck, my daughter. I was just throwing thousands here, thousands there, thousands. And you know how that goes. Because I was selling a lot of food on the res by the gas station. Even the owners would come out to me. But they wouldn't even eat the food. They would come out, yo, you got one of them Philly cheesesteaks? You got one of those, you know, sausage sauce, da 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 da. And in 45 minutes, I'd make like $600-700 in 45 minutes. I want to say hi to everybody. So Mark Motley. Yeah, I can't call. I can't. It's just body 9 players. What's going on, beloved? Daniel Castle. What's happening? Hey, I'm Rudy. Hey there. Delusions. What's up, beloved? I'm gonna give you a call later. You call me, all right? T, I don't know what's going on with the rest of the guys. I know you gave the number, so they're wherever they're at. I was waiting for original lonewolf to call. I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't have. I gotta look. I don't have his number on here, so because it ain't. I couldn't share the information from the other phone. It's so blacked out. Mark, it's good to have you. Snoo, what's up, baby? You already know, man. So I'm gonna get ready. Well, you're famous. I don't look like nobody famous. I just look like old Jim Lucifer. No, don't start that, bro. Because you know, if it's the bot or whatever, I'll just get rid of you. Because we're not gonna have that, bro. That's you lose out. You lose out. Nobody else loses out. Yeah, you're gone. Hey, y'all didn't get that? What's going on, y'all? Y'all running in and out? Natasha, how you doing? Rankin Box, OJ. Yeah, anytime you want to, brother. No, Trujillo. We can link and box any day. I'm in Page, Arizona, brother. I'm really about that life, man. I'm really, really about that life. And no refs, no nothing. None. Okay? Yo, T. Hines, man. You ain't, bro, the number in the chat, the other one on the other number. Yo, hit up, bro. What did you do about the Volkswagen? Okay, my phone died. Okay, you back, baby? Mano, bro. Nah, man, I ain't Charleston White, bro. I'll bend you over, bro. And do more than that. I'll actually make sure I eat you for dinner. Literally.
I'm disappointed. I'm out, cuz.
Gotta be careful what you're walking into. I'll literally eat you for dinner. Literally. I'm not what you think I am. But now let's get on to what I just wanted to talk about. Link real quick, bro. I'll take your fake Masonic, wannabe Moorish, whatever behind, and I will devour you. That's a guarantee. Say no more, bro. You got my Gmail. Look on it, all right? You ain't got nothing. You're just a little kid, boy. Grow up. You're out of here. Anyway, check this out. Let's go ahead and shut this off so we can get into it. Yeah. So, as you heard about the thing with the Social Security, who remembers me about a year and a half ago? Because I was getting in New York. Bloomberg gave all the veterans Social Security, food stamps, all that stuff. Like, a lot of us didn't need it. You know, a lot of us had a hustle game on, even though I patrolled the streets with the Guardian Angels and I was at the gymnasiums, and people wanted to pay me like $75 for an hour to teach them martial arts or take them to the boxing gyms. By that time, Dude Drops and Duker's AC, the Police Benevolent, PBA, Newark, New Jersey, because that's what I used to take people over there, drive them over there, and my little, you know how some of us are, we got the little loud noise miniature station wagon with the BBSs and the little tiny wheels. Y'all know how it is in New York, you know, Spanish haul, blah, blah. So I used to grab 6 guys, a couple of girls, and we would haul butt over to Newark. And by that time, PBA, you know, Duker's AC was closed down, but they had other gyms. So we'd go and visit the Muslim brothers who would, you know, put in some rounds, get some ring time, and take some of the individuals and let them, you know. And the 75 out of me, I'd give the 25, you know, to the gymnasium for each player. So it was like $50 in my pocket. But it was gas, travel, and all that. And so it was a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. But, okay. So what I wanted to get into is the fact that even though they gave us all that, and I had to fight for the Social Security part, disability, because we were told as veterans who were looking to get service connected. I was working with Sanders law firm, so which I shouldn't have to. But like I said, whenever you call the VA, a lot of times you hear some foreigners talking. And I don't like saying the word foreigner, but in this time and age, a lot of foreigners, because people are foreign to the truth of history and everything else. You see, they got everybody, all of your Social Security numbers. Now you got to remember, a lot of us born in the 60s or 50s, well, 60s mostly, we were actually the first recipients of this fake Social Security number that was given to our parents. As I told you, my mother was 17 a few weeks after I was born, because she didn't have it. They gave it to her. She had no idea what it was. She was young and ignorant. Now, my father, when I was in middle school, came to visit me, and he says, "Did you get that Social Security number?" I was like, "Well, I don't have it. Grandma has it." And I don't know if the government was paying or anything, because that's family, you know. But he's like, you don't need that. You know, this is your land. You don't need that. That's some scheme. You know, he's Vietnam vet. And he was carrying a stick. He didn't want no home or anything. Any of y'all heard of the guy in California, the millionaire homeless guy? His father and mother passed away. His mother passed away 20 years prior. His father passed away and left him like over $20-30 million. So he's the homeless millionaire. And he had core values about him. Even though, you know, at one time he was heavy into the coke and drugs and all that, college. And then he smokes weed and he doesn't really, I don't think, drink, but he takes care of all the homeless people around him except for the nutcases. Well, anyway, so I had got it. And they had given me a very low percent. And I was like, these people are crazy. All the damage and the things I got to do in the military, the accident I had, the accidents I've had, the fires I fought, AFFF. I haven't even tapped them for the AFFF thing yet, you know, and the CPC, the corrosion preventative compound that's messed a lot of my brothers up who I talked to. So I'm about to hit them again, but see, they want to stop that. And y'all, as y'all know, is when we were making these calls a year and a half ago, who were we talking to? Hindus, my Christian brothers and sisters. Are you aware that Christianity is in total relationship to Hinduism? I know it's hard, and we had the brother that came over here. Well, those people saying Yahweh, right? Which they think it means I am, that I am. It actually means, and I wanted to save this for another time because I don't want to get off into the religious harmonics of things. It actually means I create, or I say I am whatever I choose. See, they took what you're capable of, and they took that and they stowed it away, and they converted it to something else. That's why I said it's important to study theosophy, this theosophical society, the theosophy and theology. And if you don't study those things, you can never really start walking into a different light of understanding of yourself. Now, I've been doing it for a long time, and yet even though I listen to Manny P. Hall, I listen to Jordan Maxwell, I don't buy into everything because I've traveled the world so many times, but there's a lot of things, just like movies, where they tell you something terrible, but then because you don't know what you're looking at, because you're so conditioned, they give you a remedy to a solution to what you're dealing with. You know, when you think about the Thinner Man, when you think about Star Wars, when you think about how the Republic turned on the Jedi, you know, by using those who would seem like they have light, but they go into the dark, and you get the Vaders and the Sith Lords and stuff like that. This has to do with everything that you see going on around you. And the fact that there are other things that walk around. I am not immobilizing you to make you immobile, to have you believing in something, because belief doesn't mean nothing. Those who believe in things lack all self-responsibility. Okay? This is facts. Talking about dude talking about Tyson. So you better tell him I used to train with Tyson out of Muhammad Ali's training camp in PA. We used to go up and learn peekaboo from the custom model himself. These people are stupid. Anyway, right? Check it out. Anyway, I really want to, because you know I am. Every year I got to have about 4 or 5 good scuffs to see, you know, the power never goes nowhere. I actually get stronger. But, and with all the training I'm doing, I'm just like, you know what I mean? But, the reality is that I'm no advocate for violence. I don't have to. I know the dark, like, in ways that you cannot even imagine. Okay? How many times have you seen somebody get slapped upside the head and the person that does his face is not because they're empty and lost. It's because they just know something. You know what I mean? So, regardless of that, when you look about who was one of the, we always want to look for some black, right? Well, if that's the fact, if that's the facts that you need, then look at Confucius. That's why I put that post up there about a certain place, Kaha, whatever, in China, Mongolia, that's what they call it now, right? That grand city that for some reason fell in the 1400s. When I was expressing to you that Christianity came up around, remember I was telling you around like the 11th, the 12th, 13th century, nobody wanted to hear me. And I've been saying this because after my travels in Edinburgh, Scotland, and the 90, 87, and 85-year-old Masonic, those people, because of what I said and knowing who I am, I didn't accept who I was. They shared more than you can imagine with me. And that started my real road, other than with my great-great-uncles and my great-grandmother. My grandmother kind of was wayward because, you know, you can get delusional. You can get pulled into the sump of religion. They made sure I knew things too. And because of those things is the reason why I met them. All right? A lot of people don't know, like Jehovah's Witnesses. People have a hard time accepting the reality is that that was based off of Masonic order, just like the Seventh-day Adventists, which they keep changing things, as you see. Like you have all these different fake religious Christian King James New Testament revisions over and over in Old Testaments. But nobody really wants to know the story of Gilgamesh. Nobody wants to know all the things of Nimrod based on why he wore the creator's cloth. Was it the creator's? What creator? Who truly was Nimrod? See, nobody wants to, have these things because, have these things to better edify themselves. They want to hold on to what was already given to them. And then they want to act like it's something that's meaningful. You see what I'm saying? And then they walk around with these egos. I mean, look at this Olympic. That should show you that they're saying this is the last one. But some of you don't get it. Some of you want to play with things you have no reason to be or no business playing. You think that it's legitimate. Or you think because you think you're something else. There are other things out in this world that not even they know about. And when I used to say that I'm telling you with authority, it's not some God or creator. I'm telling you on my authority given to me. That I refused for a long time in ignorance. That's why I always make the joke that I'm like Jonah, which is kind of funny. A lot of people think they walk in the dark because of acts they've committed. You don't know what the dark is. You're just walking blind and foolish. You made mistakes that are easily fixable. But because you're so emotional and so broken, a derivative of feelings, you cannot even aspire to be the great what you're supposed to be. So therefore, those of you matter nothing to me. It's the ones who walk in the light. See, you have these individuals talking about the chosen. There is something that calls upon them that has nothing to do with what you have been given. It is out of nowhere. And it calls upon them, and most of the times they have a hard time accepting it. The elect aren't who you think they are. It's a voice like in the wind. And it's only meant for them. None of and all of you are chosen. It's not about a crayon color. It's not about an entire race or the existence of people. That needs to stop. Those who are chosen to do what needs to be done, they won't be on these platforms. Those who are chosen, you don't even know where they are if they exist. Some of you may be, but it might be at the last moment. And it won't be nobody to brag and boast about. And that's why it's established that way, because some of you would destroy yourselves if that's the case. So again, when they say a hearken unto the wind and a call in the wild, it is something that comes from the nether. But it's always around you. It's present and available. You just cannot materialize it because you're too material. So please, when you come with all this Yahweh and Yahweh and this, that, and the other, stop. Stop. Because you're giving energy to things that you really don't need to. Well, that's already established. It's already here. You just haven't seen it yet, but you're feeling it. So the thing with the Social Security, right? That's the government. Because see, what's the next platform after dealing with this? To digitalize it. What do you call it? Digitalize it. And that's what they want to do. So now you got to move to another card. Maybe even an implant, to which thousands of people have right now. Okay? Scan, go into their jobs. You just don't see the media talking about it because they got to slowly coax you into something that many people are taking on. They've groomed the children for it. A lot of kids are going to college and they're getting it. But you don't know nothing about it. They're not even allowed to even tell you. Y'all have no idea what's going on around you except for your little feelings and emotions. I was just outside talking. I had to go out there and let them know that the open house is going to be soon. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm actually going to be giving up the apartment right away. It might be empty. It might just have a bed in it. It's $1,100 a month. But when I close it out, because I'm waiting for T to get here, because it's going to be a helping hand. I know Ganja will zip up here, so that way we can get rid of everything. It's just time. I don't care. Like, I know that we got to get and I used to have these things, and I left them on the racks. I walked away from them 2 or 3 times. A pneumatic air compressor and a pneumatic drill, an air drill that I used when I was in New York. I had kept it, brought it with me and everything, and I left it over there because you had people who were going to build bigger houses, and I just gave it to the Navajos, the brothers who were building a new house, and I was showing them what they should do and drawing designs for them, and they were like, yeah, they want a 2-story, they got the bedrock, blah, blah, blah. And so they've actually been building that house, and they still use it. And the earth flattener, so we can buy these things for a few $100s. And that's why it's important that we liquidate our money together to do this. There are those of you that we've reached out to. I'm not going to do it today. 27 acres is a lot of land. 10 acres. And you know how many families that you can build together in the community and get off from the rest of the world, regardless of what's going on. You know what I mean? But these things have to happen. And it's probably too late for a lot of you because you're steadfast. You think that this is the movie. What's that movie? 2012. You know, the husband, the father and the daughter standing there when the big, half a mile wave coming crashing down on them. No. What's the solution? To be about it, to fight even in ignorance, even in treachery and defeatism. And most of you have given up the fight. You just want to fight yourself and fight others. And there are some out here you really don't need to be picking fights with, because it's not even, I don't even know what the term fight is. I really don't. I know what emulsify, to liquidate, to get rid of. That's what I know. If I shut off the top of my head, which I am pretty much, but I'm using notes that I have over years, decades, I would just pretty much, I don't want to burn a hole in your head. So this AM, right? Make sure I want to get this in and get it out of the way. This AM, when I was getting my meditation before it's best to stretch after you exercise, right? Exercise. You don't want to beat yourself up. There's no need to be running on a treadmill. There's no need to be lifting weights. You're killing yourself. You need to have an active life, proactive. And that means being out around others, moving. You know what I'm saying? It means performing, even if it's walking in the mall, up and down the main road, in the sticks, being careful if you got snakes and gators or whatever, depending on where you're at. Excuse me. But you need to be active. You have to. Now, if you are a lounger and a sit-arounder or a sit-abouter, right? Make sure that you're doing certain exercise throughout the day. And when I say exercise, y'all know what it means. It means performing certain duties with your body, parts, okay? I don't care if it's taking your arms and swinging it to the back and you're standing in the sun for 20 minutes, right? Do that. If you want to get down, put your hands in a plank position and stand there and see how long you can hold it, make it a game. Get you some push-ups. Do not do the full military, like, I'm in a rush to get them. Those are fine. Prisoners will show you, get your chest big if that's what you're looking for. You don't need man boobs. What you need to be doing is you need to be focusing and concentrating on the exercise itself, that you're articulating movement in the proper form. That is being active. It's like when I'm sitting in this chair, sometimes I'll take it and I'll do crunches. I'll just bring my knees up. And I'm not attempting to tighten up my stomach and all this other, like I'm going to get in the ring and I have to have this, because most of the time when you're doing all those sit-ups, you're beating your stomach down. Trust me, I learned the Shaolin Kung Fu that you don't have to do all those stomach exercises. Flexibility and everything else you're doing is going to strengthen up your core if you're doing the proper trunk twist, hanging knee raises and stuff like that. That is not literally, that's oblique work, right? But you don't have to do 1,000 of them. That's overdoing it. The best routine is walking. Walking. That is the best active thing that any of you can do. All right? And besides what you're putting in your gut. Now, how long have I been saying that the air, the food, and the water is poison? It's not the cancer that's killing you. It's the virus that these things are creating. It's when they hit you up with all those germs. You got to remember, there are places in certain countries when people are around germs all the time and it doesn't affect them. Okay? But then they go and get these. What happens is it kills the things in your body that protects you from these certain germs. Then those germs run amok. You go into a hospital, it's supposed to be the cleanest thing, right? But then what do you got to worry about? You know, the flesh-eating disease, MRSA, and all that other stuff. But nobody wants to explain it to you. It's just like chemotherapy. Let's say that I'm a doctor at a hospital. I got a CEO, and it says, okay, we're going to use chemo, right? And they're going to charge us $4,000. Well, we're going to charge the individual and their, $13. So they make the head off. But what's funny is when they do it and they're paid that $4,000, they made that. What they could have made on head, because you can't afford to pay that, it's a write-off. It's a tax write-off. Do you get? That's the reason why I was reading that certain part and William Cooper's Behold the Pale Horse. So some of you would get it, when the majority won't. And that's all right. Yeah, I was outside looking at my brother, man. They got his Peruvian bro. He's up there on the roof scraping the thing. And I was like, yo, Efe. Hey, he saw me for the second time. Hey, papito, hey. I was like, oh my goodness. What's going on, brother? He said, everything's good. I was cracking up. That's why, anyway, I enjoy greeting everybody. It's just one of my things, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, I see how it ends. And there are certain people I see what happens to. Could you imagine painting a portrait? Not like the painting I did right here some years ago. I did that on the res when I was bored. Back was messed up. I fell off the roof. It's like 2014, 17, 16, I don't know. 16, I think. Well, do you know what it's like to have all these faces in your head and knowing that you can actually sit down and paint them? And the faces won't be where you can actually recognize every one of them, but the faces will tell us a hard story. And it's a lot. So I always greet people, because y'all need to feel good about something. So, the Olympics, I didn't watch none of it. Oh, I didn't watch in the beginning. I was watching Ace live. He was over in Paris, and he was doing his thing. No name calling, which he enjoyed himself. That's what he does, travel around. And he's a Haitian American, if you want to call it that. Born in Florida, Miami. So, respectful to the brother, but he's still ignorant. He doesn't know a lot of things. I watched the breakdancing. Then I watched the Arab pistol shoot. Goodness. And I was saying to myself, I wonder if anybody else seen the Pale Horse, but the end to the Summer Olympics was a disgrace. Slap in my face personally. For them to play with the things they're playing, because a lot of you don't know what you're looking at. And you're gonna run with it thinking that you have a very idea about this septicide that they are. They're playing on y'all's ignorance, and they're enjoying it. They got their little minions who don't know nothing. They're like Logan's Run. They're gonna run into the light, pow, and So I really don't care about them. But I had to look at it. So 4 o'clock this a.m. First I went to see if my baby, was up doing her thing, and then, because I had to go and get my tablet and the phone and everything, for some reason I forgot to unplug the TV. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, y'all got to be, and I don't want to call y'all names, but y'all got to be mighty dumb. Y'all really do. Now, if I was allowed feelings to abide in me, I would just turn this thing off and give y'all the middle finger and go on about my existence. And not say nothing to any of them. That's probably what certain groups want, but even they're dead already, so it matters not. I asked y'all to do something simple for me. I asked you to look at prior to the 240 years, when all of a sudden we got 8 billion people, the 2,000 years where there's only 1 to 1.5 billion people. I just want y'all to do that. Well, hypothetically, that's what they say as far as the numbers go. I'm not saying that's factual, but I wanted to see if y'all can expand on that and figure out where the other 6 to 7 billion people came from in 240 years. And still nobody has, you know, because I comment and I read the comments and I respond mostly when I can. I don't scroll all the way down like I should. And maybe I'll do that today. But have any of y'all figured that out? Because I know a lot of you are in doubt. Now, I'm not worried about them. If they want to play the game and comment over here, please. They should just sit back and watch and shut up. Now, as far as y'all, what is your math on that? What do you think? Especially looking at how all these dumb little sisters are running around murdering the babies and offsprings because of the era we lived in. Those babies they killed that y'all been partaking in victuals or whatever, and drinks and stuff, unknowingly, giving other people a longer life. A lot of saviors were there. A lot of you women murdered saviors based on a Jewish government dynamic. Okay? Somebody had an issue when I said they are the real Jews. They are the real Jews. They created that narrative. They created that religion. The Bible and all that is their stories. But they're not told phonetically in the proper way. And most of you don't even know how to have discernment nor understand this language, even though melanated people create many dialects, even in this language, better than the English teacher and the pale skins. I don't care how you feel about it, it's just the truth. It is what it is. Okay? I asked y'all to look into that. Y'all don't want to look into it. Alright? If the enemy was really that good at what they're doing, they would have reached out to those who matter the most. Yet they didn't. They looked for the worst of the worst. You think Theodore Albert Herzl was something of importance? You think he was intelligent, smart? Most of the world hate the original people of this world because they have their bloodline in them and they're jealous. They're ignorant. And most of the original people have been subjugated, and y'all don't even help each other out. It doesn't matter what shade you are, what you profess to claim, what your hair texture is. You have no idea. The unruly being ruled. Ain't that something? The unruly being ruled. You can't make this up, man. So how many of you believe in your religion? I was in the Navy. I wasn't in no unit. Well, you know what I mean. I was training for the teams. I was supposed to go French Foreign Legion, but two of my brothers went when I was supposed to go with them, but because I had certain issues back home in District 6, I was in the Union. They went, and then when I was getting ready to go, I didn't have enough because I was going to fly to a certain place, go to another place to knock on the door, get a new identity, do the whole shebang. So I ended up by my grandfather. It's like, because I was going to go to the Marine Corps or the Army, but the Marine Corps. I didn't want to follow all my relatives, you know, but my grandpa was like, everybody's done that. Why don't you go into the Navy? What do you mean? He says, you'll see the world. And the way you talk, the way you read, you'll be better off seeing the world. It was the greatest thing. And my grandfather was Dynamite Charlie Wright, who Joe Louis was scared to box. How I ended up going to Muhammad Ali's training camp. Meeting Tyson and all that other stuff, Costamato and a few others, great ones. You know what I mean? But That was the greatest thing for me. One of the greatest things. Other than having magnificent people in my life, regardless of what abuses and whatever happened. I don't lament on that. I don't give those things. I don't let them be a fracture in my existence. They're nothing. That's a weakness. You know what I mean? Something to cry about, you know? But yeah. Millennial, what's going on, Ma? MML, what's happening? What's happening? I don't even know what you laughing at, brother, but anyway. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. I don't know where I feel like. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Oh, Mac. Yeah, man. And John just said, what's why? I clean for a living and I'm pretty good shape with little pointed effort. Well, you come on with us. There's going to be a lot of cleaning and a lot of work. Not overbearing. We're not stupid. We work smart. Well, we perform smart. We unify together to accomplish things smart. Okay, how's that? I broke it down 3 different ways. Henderson account, what's going on, beloved? Appreciate you. The Aramaic and the Palestinian Targum is 1,000 years older than the Sanskrits. Of course, things older than that. Yo, what's going on, 3 artists? Yes, yes. Roy, what's going on, beloved? James Hume, you can stay here and just listen, brother. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you're bothered. Andy Rilla, what's going on, beloved? Just want to shout out everybody else before I continue on. You already know, beloved, what's going on, Mihamano. Yeah, Edward J. Yeah, that's Masonic, all the way, and Masonic doesn't mean good either. Hey, hot man, what's going on? What's going on, brother? Oh, you got you a wrench, bro. You know that, right? So you can smack some of these. Oh, dang. Wait. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I hit the wrong thing, brother. Halito Chimchukma, what's going on? I meant to address a moderator. Ah, there you go. Yeah. Okay, on. I bet you got your standard moderator, bro. Throw them wrenches around, get people smacked up out of here. All right, brother. Simple activities. All right. Texas, Anunnaki, what's going on? I saw you yesterday. What's going on, beloved? What up? What's going on? You can watch Afro Samurai. You can stream it on. I think it was Is it Netflix? No. What was it? I have it saved. I actually purchased it, and so I have it where I can watch both of them when his father is reincarnated, synthetically recreated. But again, what I wanted to state is there's a lot of things that they show you in the movies. They show you the most harrowing thing, and then you always think that this is some person that comes along and it's one. No, they have another movie showing you the remedy to another movie, but most people don't see it. As a lot of you know, that a lot of the games that be popping up on your Facebook or your whatever accounts, have you ever noticed it's all about tank warfare, wizards and dragons and demons? Well, they're tenderizing. They have been. Some would say, well, that's been going on. No, it hasn't been going on since in the 78, 79, Dungeons and Dragons. We were playing that where I lived at. Okay? The dice game. And we started getting to the pewter, and I worked at Mary Flannery's art store in Watchung. And it's a beautiful place. For those who don't know, where I grew up at was the street that so-called in Washington walked down with the mounds I played on, Woodman Field, where I grew up at. Most people could have only dreamed to grow up in those places. Regardless of the physical abuse, mother attempting to get rid of me, and she probably was right. And some of you will say, that's crazy to say that. Told you. I accepted who I was right before I was poisoned. Okay? And when I accepted who I was, I realized that maybe they had screwed up. Because I didn't accept who I was. You know, people always used to say to me, my father-in-law, Richard Maldonado, when I used to tell him what I was going to do to that doctor, he's the one that stopped me. And he's a Vietnam War vet who, after the Army, he went to the Navy. And that's how I met his daughter and met him. And I love magnificent man. Also, I can call him a father as well. Magnificent brother from the Bronx. Puerto Rican, but from the Bronx. And when I described, because he wanted to know after he had caught me this, they got together and they realized, even a couple of police friends of mine were like, James, don't do it. Because they were scared. And so I drew a picture of what I was going to do to that doctor. Nobody wanted to talk about it ever again. They were shook. And I had everything and I was ready to do it. I was committed. And that's all I can tell you about that. So to be able to extrapolate on these things and to be able to look at where you came from and where you can go, it doesn't end. All right. So I'm always talking about ascension. I don't think y'all get it, the importance of ascending. I think y'all think that's some thing that's hard to come to. Only reason why it's hard for you to facilitate this in your existence is because you're still full of all the crap they have fed you. I told you, hats off. They know what they were doing. You have to. Okay? You have to. Now what comes out of that? I can't tell you. What are you going to do? I can't tell you. I just know for them it ends. It doesn't matter what they do. What they're doing, all this friend, giving everybody social security number, talking about the DS, whatever hacking community. What this is government agencies. These are the goofies who aspire to do it. The dead things. Now when I say dead things, I'm not talking about the pirates or the Rosicrucians. All those people are, what is it? Skull and Crossbones 32, the pirates of old, whatever you want to call them, okay? The ones that were utilized to come on lands that they already knew of because their people had been murdered, so they wanted to go into the governments and destroy them. The gypsies that would later become the pirates and all that's just, I'm not going to get into that heavy. But this stuff y'all can research. I hear it all the time. Whenever I'm looking at a documentary or something, I'm like, there they go. I wonder if anybody's listening. And not because it's always said the same. It's said in so many different ways. Did any of y'all look into in Hindustan, the people who are the highest standard? These people live way up in the mountains. That even all the people in Bangladesh and everywhere, if these people will come down, they stop. They bow to them and everything. I don't think you get it. And as the story is, is the offsprings of Alexander the Great. They're not. When they say there are many gods, Elohim, they're talking about you. Yet you don't walk in your presence. You walk toward and demented, scripted into nothing. I'm not here to free you up. I'm just pointing out some things. A lot of you don't know. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like what happens. So enjoy it now. Be all dumb and retarded, whatever negative term you can come up with. If that's your light, okay? It's on you. If you like sleeping with boys, girls sleeping with girls, if that's your fancy, that's the world they've created for you, and you sit well in it, you stay right there. Okay? They have no need for you. You're worthless. You're nothing. You're nobody. This is not targeting no one individual. This is a consumption like this. I guess you could say theory, a consumption theory. Many people like to overeat of things they know nothing about. Don't even want to know how they got there because they like where they're at. Do you really know what like is? It has nothing to do with enjoyment or fulfillment. It means liking unto something. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's natural or normal. It can be given. Liking unto FedEx delivering something to your door. Liking unto the person that just got shot around the block. Liking onto people focus on the wrong thing. Even if they think they're misdirecting. When they're not thinking at all. Like thinking. Some of you really think you got it locked in, don't you? Don't you? Okay. I speak in many riddles, I guess you could say, too. And those who are meant to get it, will get it. Those who are not, we'll watch the movie Holiday Inn from 1942. 41, 42. If you want to know what Lincoln really looked like. Go look at the original presidents, who they whitewashed. Thinking that this is some grand Christian, grand world. That's why I laugh at Pelicans when they're talking about, this is a God-fearing America. Good Christians always made. No, it was made in a lie, you dummy. That's why they're treating the way they're doing, because they divided the two uttermost of the greatest non-opponents and made them opponents. And y'all can't win. You can't beat this. You can't. I've seen it over and over. You know, I know some big dogs on TikTok. And you start, hey, we got the militias, and when it happens, it's going. No, what's going to happen is you're going to piss some people off. They're going to come down on you. Don't care about no drones and this, that, and the other. Your numbers ain't what it is, and they're going to eradicate you. You see, y'all better get your stuff together. Now, you can be fucking Steins and young and dumb on here all you want. I told you, I've seen it. If not hundreds of times, hundreds of thousands of times. And you can believe what you want to believe. I don't care. Okay? That means you still don't know. Keep listening to your fake preachers and everything else. Talking about the 144,000. Ha! That's like the 12 tribes. Okay. It had never had nothing to do with tribes of people. It had to do with the 12 ornaments of things existing. But you don't know. Even the serpent people walk around, they don't even know, because you got people attempting to play them, keeping the old stories alive, when all they're doing is destroying themselves. Whether Bolivia, Peru, or whatever. Unless, except for the ones who carry the gold strand to be, you know what that is? It's like breadcrumbs, reminding you to follow them. Now, they've gotten a little conflicted in what they're supposed to be doing. That gold strand, they're supposed to take it all the way up to the border of Texas. And y'all supposed to pick up that gold strand. No cartels, nobody's supposed to mess with you, and you're supposed to walk to these hidden places that are really oases, and they're not to stop you or nothing and let you walk. But y'all don't know nothing. Y'all literally know nothing. And I keep proving it. And I'm not here to prove nothing. I don't care if you don't know nothing. I'm only here to share some things because I have a story to tell. I have a story to tell. What do I think of Bosnia? I went there back in the 90s. Herzegovina. What do I think about it? I think about it nothing. Just like I don't think nothing about Africa. I look at all them dumb people that went over to America. They been turned off in Ghana. I have homies and brothers and sisters from Ghana who are Guyanese and Caribbean, who know just like anywhere else. You have all these so-called American Negroes that fled to Africa in utter ignorance. A lot of those leaders over there know that the American Negro, this is the land they belong to. They know it. I've been there in the 80s and 90s. I know they know it. Except for you little monkeys and you little whitewash novella watching and soap opera watching, and all you people not paying attention to what's going on in Hindu and everywhere else. Wanting to be something of the worst instead of uplifting yourself to be something of the best you're supposed to be. They are deliberately created an atmosphere for you to destroy the significance of your other half, the light skins, who walk in darkness just like you idiots. And this is what they do. And you don't get it. You know how many of them pale-skinned presidents you see in black and white pictures are Negroes? Y'all don't know nothing. Even when I was in the military, and I know Rick came over here a couple times, a couple of guys who served with me, and the Night Dippers and I'm not gonna name all the Nighthawks and the people I served with, who remember me taking them to trailer parks where all these blonde-headed, blue, green-eyed, pale skins that look like like Australians or the original TRU of this land in Ireland and Scotland. Big old booty, light-skinned women. For your calling them white, thick them pork chop, you know what I'm saying? Fine in the wine. I say, hey, and they went, hey, come give me hugs. All these little children, blonde head, red head, children, brown head. Hey, red. And I got to break out the little $100 worth of candy and everything else. Boy, I'm going to get that out the RV. And I'm blessing all the kids and I'm sliding $50 and all the mamas and breaking out the cases of Budweiser. And we're having a shindig. They just cooking up, barbecuing. I said, hey, and the boys is having a good time who served me. I said, hey, can y'all go and show them something? They know exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I did. And they come back out and they go, what's this red? Take a look at what they handing you. Birth certificates and this, that, and the other. Well, actually, take certificates of life that got the feet and the handprints on them that you dummies don't have. And it says black and Negro on these documents. And some of them says Indian. And they were like, what? I'm like, how you like living in the little world of make-believe you live in? If they was here, I would like for them to speak up if you're in here watching. Some of them are still dumbfounded by the actions and things I did when I was in the military. In this fake-ass government. I already told y'all, kiss the boys and make them cry. But by that fake Zionist monk tart, and I don't want to be swearing and all that. Henry Kissinger, the dog tag, the reason why you wore a dog tag, a lot of people say, Pedro's Branch, how come you ain't got no dog tag on? Because I belong to the... When you see this, right? This is made by my cousin, Home in the Shoulder, right? Red Wolf, all right? I'm of the Hawa, the Anahuia of the Anawa, Light Wolf Clan. I says, look, if you can give me one of these, I'm nobody's dog, and I don't wear no collar. But I ain't say nothing. But if something happened, then I'm dead. Physically, right? And they just look at me like, what the hell? Well, I don't care what you is. I ain't wearing no damn dog. Well, in case something happened, we got to pick your body parts up, then throw it in the ocean. And if people see me talking like that, and everybody knew I took a different oath. Big difference. When you're dealing with a real autochthonous who's a little magic. For those who believe in the word magic, that's just a dumb shmashik. But that's just a dumbass word anyway. What you call these words. So yeah. And that's things they're supposed to give me that they can never give me. Because right now they're too busy trying to destroy everything that y'all are. Because you're already destroyed. Most of you walk in ignorance. Look how some of them respond, these little fake-ass trolls. They're destroyed too. They just don't know it. Some of them like, oh, good, I get to die. I don't have to do this more. I'm always in chains. And in this place, they feed me. And I got to go in here and do this. Oh, they have places like that. See, people say, well, if you ain't here, stop, Mike. I ain't telling you nothing. I'm telling y'all to look within and stop looking out. Look within and stop looking outside yourselves. That's what's wrong with a lot of you. I'm going to show y'all a couple of masks. I'm not showing you my mirror ones because, well, those are expensive. These are expensive too. These are a couple $100, about $200-300. This is my chemical one. I like it because I can still perform and do what I have to do. My CBU fits all the way around it, which takes me I practice about 2 minutes to get into it. Then I can duct tape and take my time with duct taping all around my boots and everything and my rubber, This is one, okay? Now, I've got the hot knife and I can make this where I can drink and eat stuff, so I know how to do that if I want. I've got a few of these. Ganja's got them. I think a T might have them, some of our brothers. I know Trauma Hawk's probably locked in. I think Westside's probably purchased because Westside, he finds out and he gets on things. You know, Westside, he's down in there in Philly. I mean, down in what you call it, Southern Arizona. Excuse me. And he stays hip to everything. That's why I like having good brothers who are strong and pay attention, and they take that knowledge and they run with it. And that's how you're able to find out other things. Now, I'm not saying it mean anything if they hit you direct and blow you up. Well, it's all gone anyway. So it's good to have it. This is the other one. This is the one that I utilize. I've got so many of these freaking things. This is for like gas, smoke. I can help around here in case something happens. Now, this is a little different, even though this is the ones I put on here. This is because I was helping somebody sand some things, so I put these on to help them do the sanding. So it's still good to go. I only used it like that one time, so I can use it probably for another 3 or 4 or 5 months. And also at night sometimes I'll put this on and go to sleep with it, just to get comfortable with it. And for those of you who are ex-military, you know about that. Desert storm or whatever else, and you get a CBU warning, you know, and you put it on and you gotta sleep with your rifle. And so I'll go to sleep with my rifle, booger finger off the trigger, you know, a couple extra man. Cause I hear something, cause I have my place set up that I don't care if you're walking with soft shoes. I don't care if you could help it, if you could levitate. I have these little things set up that a little red thing go off. I'm not worried. I'm just saying, in case you're sneaking up on me, I'm not only going to light you up, I'm going to blow you up. I'm going to send you to your kingdom. So yeah, these are the cheaper ones, like $150, $250, $300. Put it in, you're going to find them. These are kind of like the mirror knockoffs, but they are actually, these are perfect. Damn, I forget. I got a box of these things. I got them everywhere. Okay. And you want to make sure you get that 3M stuff. You want to make sure you get the proper things to take care of gas, metal, and then chemical, electrical fires, because your lungs aren't as strong, especially with everything they've been spraying, and you have a lot of metal in your body that's a little more than what you require, as far as in your flora and everything, whether your gut, leaky gut, your stomach, your lungs, your esophagus, you know. And you want to make sure you have the things that are going to help you, okay? What you saw me pick up earlier is one of my battle belts. I don't like calling it that. Mine's more of medical because I keep a couple of tourniquets, stop bleed, blah, blah. Some fire starter stuff. Obviously some magazines. Those magazines are empty, actually, because I shot those the other day when I told you I went to rotate some ammo, so I haven't even filled those up. A couple of Glock mags. 45 ACP, 1911 mags. So I make sure I always keep that loaded. And when I go, usually when I travel with those. In case, like say if something happens, an accident, then I got tourniquets, I got stop bleed, I got super glue. And say if an officer has an accident, somebody, I can go over here and I can support and help that individual as well. If somebody, I know y'all costume characters. I was a costume character. That's me making a ploy on it. If an agent was down and, you know, I don't know if he's good or bad, but, you know, it's a job. Some would say, well, isn't that, look, because I know the darkness doesn't mean I don't know the light. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to give assistance. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. That's not playing it safe. That's just how I move. Knowing the dark don't mean that you walk in it 24/7. Knowing this enough doesn't mean I'm not one with the Allah. Okay? Alexander, man, I'm brushing you, bruh. He's up there. Look at him, man. He tore the rest of the bottom of the light off. That's some garbage. He just laying there, the fat self, just being, hairs everywhere, y'all. I gotta do. Anyway, I said I was going to share all the other day, and I didn't dig them out. And I have the mirror ones too. Get you some stuff to protect yourself. Get you some water. Purify that water if you can. Things are not complicated. Look at how to do things. All right? Learn how to do things different. Get some duct tape. If you don't plan on leaving where you're at, tape up your windows, tape up your door. Make sure that certain things can't get in. A lot of you already breathed in enough nanites to start a forest fire if they want to get a spark going in you. Maybe we all have, but some of us are affected a little different. God dang it, man. Oh, that's my eyelash. Oh, okay. I thought that was a cat hair. That's my eyebrows. My eyelash. Eyebrows. Names y'all use for things. Anyway, I just want y'all to look at those things. Now, those individuals who didn't know, you can look at Maxwell Jordan, you can look at Manny P. Hall, you can look at George Carlin. I mean, there's a plethora. George Orwell. Some of you, I know you went and purchased the movie that I have, 1984. Really pay attention, because you might have to watch it 3 or 4 times. Literally watch it. Take you a few days. I'm not saying you have it, but take you a few days. Watch it again. If you got the book, read it, and then watch it maybe one more time, and then actually make some notes. And you'd be surprised at what you start to see, and how things materialize in front of you. Who are the so-called ascended masters? Well, you haven't ascended yet. So how can you be an ascended master, beloved? They're nobody. And yet everybody. What I say about nothing and creating something. Don't even need that information. Don't even need it. See, that's what they've instilled, is for us to, I'm giving you some tea on things that you should probably look at, so that way you can discern things. Because if you could discern things, you wouldn't ask that question, beloved. It's a riddle, but then again, it's directly for you and anybody else who wants to hear what I'm saying. Okay? But that was a good question, too. You dig? Do you think men have to leave out the house every day with a tactical mindset? Of course. But an empty one. What did Bruce Lee say about being empty? Pull up some of Bruce Lee's quotes. Check them out. You got to remember that he was big on philosophy, which I studied as well. I Ching, Confucius, 5 Rings. That's a bunch of books that I have. I've read them over and over and over. Yet I don't need their philosophy. Never did. But they're beautiful writings, information. You must empty yourself. Throw that kick, right? When you're wound up and you're so conflicted, and your control is by the demonstrations of others, then you can never walk in your own. Whenever I was teaching martial arts and boxing, and I would do a jab, or I would say, look, what's the shortest, to that point, right? A to B, right? And I would show them how to deliver it. And then they say, but you're putting your weak hand out. I says, how do you know what's weak? I train both exactly the same. You ambidextrous? I never was, but I guess I am, because I control. So when you actually know you control something, like when I'm writing with my left hand and I realize I have to go in a different direction, I say, wait a minute, maybe I can write just like I did with this one, even though it's with another hand. So I practice writing my name. And it's looking like chicken scratch like my other hand. I'm like, that's pretty good. And then I allow it to fine-tune itself. And then I realize there's muscles I'm not using. And then I realize that it wasn't that complicated. Then it comes the reality is, I could have just went down and wrote my name just the opposite direction with my left compared to my right. I had to walk and find that out. And once I figured it out, you would think that practice is what made perfect. I could have done it in Get Up if I had to just freed myself from all these contentions of, I never did it with this hand. I never. It's like, say, try and stand up instead of making the first attempt. Where's the trial and trying? But in an attempt, the trial is perfected. That's how you perfect the attempt. And when you acquire what you have attempted to do, then you look back and go, that was all, I did all that? Because you had all this cannon fodder up in here in a Rolodex. And it was hard to extrapolate and pull from because nobody was guiding you. You took it upon yourself to learn. It's not complicated, people. Okay? Sometimes it's good to be around like-minded individuals without all these gimmicky platforms of so-called fake socialites. Okay? I mean, think about it. Do you think all these enmities I call sports and entertainers, I call them enmities, you think that they're doing the things they do because they don't know something you don't? Some of them ain't who you think they are and never were. Sometimes they got to prove themselves amongst the herds in order to get back into the limelight of entertaining to misdirect you, because that's all TV and movies do, is they cause confliction and confusion, and they give you false direction. First of all, you don't even know what you're looking at, just like when you're running your mouth and texting, you don't even know what you're saying. You have no idea. If I had the proper guidance, I could have done more. The things you teach. Appreciate that, 15 artists. Appreciate it. Are you related to Samuel Jackson? I don't know who he is. Indigo Turtle, excellent. Do you think... Oh, all right, well, answer that. But that was a good question, MML. The Ascended Masters. That's some teachings that certain individuals do. And if they're giving you that, I would say leave them alone. Because that's like looking at Shazam, the people that created the power, or looking at the Watchers. And you know, I have like several or 8 books on the Watchers and Custodians. There's truth, but who is what? I would ask you to say, don't worry about who it is. The most privileged thing that y'all have, that y'all were robbed of, that you can actually take back, is the fact that you can ascend. Ascension is paramount. Who remembers me? Who can remind themselves to have remembrance of me saying that not too long ago? Ascension is paramount. It's indicative to who you are and the importance of being able to. It's not that you can't, but you must remedy and you must do certain things to forego everything that's been laid upon you, so therefore you can ascend. Don't be thinking about Dragon Ball Z and all this other stuff. Allow yourself to be contingent with what's going on in the paradigm of your existence, because you've been lied to and broken down to a lower place of existence that has nothing to do with your truth. Listen, where did you get that? Now, can't entertain that, beloved. Okay? There are some things that are so important. It's up to you to figure out what's important for you, not for everybody else. Because see, we've gotten stuck to this, let's give to everybody else. Let's give to it, because this is what I'm supposed to do. First of all, you don't know what you're supposed to do because you don't even know who you are. If you knew who you are, you wouldn't be here. Give me if I'm wrong. Prove me. Okay? Well, you can see it. I'm talking. That matters not to me. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate that, beloved. That's what's up. That's how you do it, bro. There's nothing wrong with them saying vote for Trump. I agree. But the thing is, don't do no mail-in ballots and this and another. Go to... Now, you know what a poll is, right? Go to the poll. I'm going to leave it alone. Just go and vote for Trump, all right? Just go ahead, because that's all they give you. I told you they actually voted for me a couple of times. You know that, people from where I'm from? Well, from New York and Jersey. They actually voted for me. Like, we're talking about hundreds of people. I was like, what the hell? No, never. You got the wrong one, man. They got the things in there they need, man. I'm not being with them things. It'll be a massacre. I wouldn't be able to hold back. I'm holding back like I'm retarded, y'all. And I don't mind saying they're revealing things, right? There are a lot of things you have no clue, but they got vehicle stuff. They got cats, man, they can pop up and stuff and pop down. They got lights, man, they can mess your heart up. They can do it through the TV. Have you sitting there if you got to, man, listen here, boy. Y'all don't know what. They've been working long at this. If you only know the windows to your soul. Yeah, what's going on, 7J? Yeah, I don't talk weapons on here like that. I mention every once in a while, that's about it. Yeah, painted myself. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, y'all. I gotta eat this little bit of food and everything. We'll sit back, get ready for this read, so we can come back on. We get our read in today, and said I was gonna read something else later on, so I want to go ahead and get the read in early, and then we can get to the next part. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you guys. All right. So today's thumbnail is what the topic's about. All the other stuff, go back and watch it from the beginning if you have questions alluding to other things other than what I'm talking about, which is Ascension, some historical dynamics, religion, and a very small receipt. And for those who are donating to the Cashapp, I appreciate you. We will order some books here. One thing I want to do is I actually want to get a lot of these books here that I'm not going to be reading right now, get them in the totes, and if Ganja makes his way up here, get them in the back of the truck, get them down there, he can store them somewhere. Got to make sure that no bugs get them and eat them, moths and stuff. Probably pick up some mothballs, I don't know. But anyway, we got to figure these things out. I'm ready to be out of here. I know that I got a lot of stuff to throw away. Actually today I'm going to do a small extra exercise in regular clothes. I got a lot of plastic bottles that I would purify and store water. I have plenty empty ones, so I'm not going to utilize them. So I'm actually going to go ahead and discard them. I know they're going to go to the landfill and they're not going to get, but it's going to be more trash. They're doing this intentionally. Don't worry. There's going to be a time when all that's going to be eradicated. They know that in a nuclear war, it'll be vaporized and then everything will start again. But just to let you know, it can be recycled. Every last one of them can be recycled. It doesn't take the dire need chemicals to recycle any of it. But that's a whole nother narrative. I'm not here to discuss that right now. But you better believe they can be recycled without all the crap they have you believing. They have lied to y'all so much. Some of you just lived a lie, and you can't free yourself up to live a truth. I cannot change that. Everyone. What is one of the other keywords I always say? Everyone has a choice. So your choice is to magnify where you're at. That's what you enjoy. So be it. Appreciate it, 7J. Appreciate you. Just say what? Guys, you can come up. You can come up anytime, man. Come on, man. What you mean? I ain't gotta say the word, bro. You family, man. You know what I'm saying? You my who they sidanelv. Curamio. What's going on, beloved? What's cracking? What's cracking? So anyway, I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all look into these things and take it. Don't take it in hindsight. Take it in light. Take it. Look at it. Scrutinize it. Research it as best you can. Many you'll find something. Some of you might have a hard time. Just come back and ask again. And I'll do my best to say it in another way. Maybe it'll be beneficial. Maybe you have to hear it from someone else. It's just the way it is. I hope y'all subscribe to Curamio and Delusions of Humanity. He's putting out some good stuff. I told him to tighten up on it because you know they're coming at him. They shouldn't be. And I guess there's other guys in here who you can subscribe to as well. I have a whole thing on my in my description. I have a whole bunch of individuals. Check them out. All right. So I appreciate you guys, beloved sisters who stayed around, brothers. You already know, power and the strength. All right. Appreciate you guys.